Hi, I'm Heidi Hattendorf. I lead our telecom practice at Automation Anywhere. I'm thrilled to be here today with James and Jeff from ISG, one of our very key strategic partners. So thanks for joining, both of you. Great. So if you think about the customers that you work with and about this whole space that's really taken off, tell us first a little bit about ISG and how you're addressing this market.
Sure. Well, I mean, ISG is an information services group. We're based in Stamford, Connecticut. We're an advisory and research firm. In addition, one of the big components of the advisory and research that we do is providing a lot of guidance on the roadmap for digital strategy. But encompassed within digital strategy is really the robotic process automation and how a company is going to actually encompass that into their overall digital strategy. And so we help clients in actually doing the assessment of the business cases, helping them to then implement each one of those different processes through robotics and provide them the licenses through Automation Anywhere.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, even beyond the robotic process automation space, going into the optical character recognition, OCR, partnering again with Automation Anywhere around IQ bots, really trying to expand the automation footprint for organizations.
So in terms of looking at how you're able to help clients and on this digital journey, what are some of the things that you've seen as trends or learnings on what's really helped?
Well, I think one of the biggest areas that we've seen over the last 5 years is as it relates to organizational change management. Change can be scary for any employee, and oftentimes early on we would find that that the communication wasn't as clear, that this was going to be a good thing, that they were going to be able to move away from a repetitive, kind of a boring task to more in-depth things where they would be able to use their own human intellectual property in order to accomplish it. Yeah. And so it's fun as we watch automation get deployed, how it snowballs within an organization, because once one group starts to automate the processes and the employees begin to see the positive outcomes of what automation can bring and how they're not sitting there dying across a spreadsheet or spinning between 3 different screens, now all of a sudden they're able to use their brain a little bit more and be able to use their the cognitive capabilities of the human brain. Yeah. They get a lot. It really snowballs across the organization, becomes a very positive thing for automation.
Yeah. I was going to echo one of your points. It's not. We're not seeing that it's about replacing talent or replacing people. It's about upskilling and making sure that they're able to expand what they're doing, work on the things that are more meaningful to the organization. As a previous analyst, it was interesting coming out of college and going into what I thought was an analytical role, which felt more like a report generating role. Sure. I didn't really feel like I analyzed anything. So I feel like we're able to give that analyst that analytical job that they've been looking for, and it really brings a lot of excitement to the job.
What about within telecom and media? What are some of the specific use cases or trends that you're seeing?
Well, there's trends across, that are common across all of the different industries, whether it's accounts receivable, accounts payable, and those sorts of things. But when you talk about just telecommunications as an example, I mean, we've done projects. I think we've done about 300 processes just with telecom companies alone. And some of the larger ones were a large disconnect process that we did for a client, where they had to go into about 18 different systems in order to be able to disconnect a busy CFA, which is a channel facilities assignment within telecom. What that essentially did was it saved the client millions and millions of dollars, because a process that was taking roughly 60 days to get complete, 60 to 90 days to complete, we were able to complete that process in about 22 days. And what that enabled them to do is, as opposed to being charged for a local access loop, for those that are in telecom will understand this, so the carrier no longer had to pay the local carrier for a local access loop for 2 months of overage when when a client disconnected a circuit. Okay. And so that was a huge savings and change. But there were 18 different systems, and there were so many places that had to be attacked within that in order to accomplish. So that's one telecom example.
No, it's been great. It's refreshing too to see, as you mentioned, that there's these back office and corporate functions which are critical, key part of digital transformation, but now seeing the market moving more towards some of these business specific processes, such as in telecom or in media, and I know you've seen it across other industries too, kind of moving into that customer facing, business impacting processes. So.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more people looking towards the cognitive layers as well. So it's not just about, replacing those processes. It's chatbots, it's the natural language processors, it's reading and understanding emails and driving processes out of that. So it's been really interesting seeing that shift from just the black and white business role processes to more of the cognitive space.
More of the cognitive, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. It's
Thank you.
just been great to explore a little bit further in this space. We certainly appreciate the partnership and what you bring to the market.
Excellent.
Great.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.